What's happening, people? What's going on, man? What's up? Wanted to rap with y'all today about something that we've been kind of discussing in the our Falcons Atlanta Bird Gang group. So I want to talk about it. Let's get straight to the point, man. Like, I just don't understand how I don't understand why there is such a double standard given between Julio Jones and how he's not now treated, and Calvin Ridley and how we now treat him. And what I mean more specifically is, how did Calvin Ridley get this pass? When I say pass, get this like excuse from a lot of people within our fan base. Nathan Butler Jr. checking in. What's up with you, Big Nate? Like, I see and I hear daily people wanting to bring Calvin Ridley back to the team. Bring Calvin Ridley back. I don't see, nor do I hear really get any type of the same kind of criticism, slander, or bashing that one Mr. Quintorius Lopez Jones gets daily or has gotten in the past. When from my vantage point, they basically essentially did the same thing, but they just went about it different ways. So I'm hoping I can leave here maybe with a better understanding of why people give Calvin this pass. Like, he ain't did nothing wrong, and Julio, like, he committed the ultimate sin. I don't understand it. And I'm looking at one, and when I say one, I mean Julio, who he drafted, 2011, gave us essentially the best 10-year stretch. Now, bump that. I'm not gonna say essentially. I'm gonna step on some toes. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But Julio Jones gave us the best 10-year stretch this Falcons franchise has ever seen, bar none. Line them up. Julio's career and his dominance will knock him down. And not only did he have the best 10-year stretch, but during Julio's tenure here, the Falcons were the most success. They had the most success that they've ever had as a franchise during Julio's tenure. In franchise history, the most successful period of time was during Julio Jones's tenure here, during his reign, during his dominance. That was the most successful period of time. You can say what you want to say, but until Julio got here and became the number one receiver, we were pretenders. Yeah, we was winning games. We was going to the playoffs, but we still was pretenders. We didn't actually become legit contenders and somewhat respected around the league in the NFL until Julio became the number one wide receiver. That's a fact. No other point in time in franchise history were more successful than the Julio Jones era. No other time. None. No time in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and present day in the 2000s. When it was playout time, I knew Julio was going to come to play because I had seen it. I had seen plenty of examples of it. NFC Championship games, Super Bowl, with which his catch should have went down in history. That's probably the best catch in Super Bowl history. Arguably the best catch in NFL history. So when the playoffs got here, I knew Julio was gonna come ready to play, ready to dominate. Now Calvin Ridley, on the other hand, drafted in 2018, had the extreme luxury and privilege of playing behind Julio or playing under Julio, being Julio's little homie. You know what I'm saying? Being his protege for what? 18, 19, 20, what, about 3 years? So Calvin was able to eat a lot because of what his big homeboy was doing on the field, Julio Jones. And I'm not taking that away from Calvin. But I don't remember seeing Calvin in the playoffs being the best player on the field. I don't never remember seeing that. I don't never remember seeing Calvin in the Georgia Dome or the Mercedes Benz in the NFC Championship game take a 10-yard pass and turn it to 75 yards while stiff arming and running over people at the same time while the crowd in Atlanta going fucking bananas. I never remember seeing that. I never remember seeing Calvin in an NFC Championship game damn near put up, seemed like 200 yards in one half against the 40. I never seen Calvin have a performance like that. Never. I never even seen Calvin really in the playoffs for the Falcons. Much less just being the ultimate beast that Julio was. So, as history would have it, needless to say, after a strong 10 years, Julio got fed up with the Falcons. He got fed up with us. Got tired of losing. Got tired of the same old, same old. He no longer wanted to be on this team. And after him, his team, his agent, after Julio's side for many years, well, I ain't gonna say many years. Now I'm exaggerating. For maybe a year or two, couple years. They kind of hid their true feelings about the team and wanted to leave. The Falcons keeping everything on wraps. Julio finally went public on us. Bam! Went on ESPN. What's the name of that show? Is it Undisputed? Went on Undisputed with Uncle Shannon Sharp. In a obviously I don't want to say pre-rehearsed, but you know, they kind of knew what they were gonna do. Julio was gonna come on there and say he no longer wanted to be in Atlanta. And Shannon was gonna act like, you know, I'm the plug, everybody talk to me, and Skip gonna sit over there and act, oh man, he really said on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the whole purpose was to make the Falcons move faster. Because Julio wanted to get traded. So he came out publicly and said, oh man, I'm out of there. Shannon like, what? Oh, I'm out of there. Pretty much said, I'm done with the Falcons. Finito, bye. I holla. Finished. Publicly, national TV, Julio. You didn't have to do us like that, big dog. I'm not going to front, not going to flex. Big dog, you didn't have to do us like that. But if that's what you felt you needed to do to get your point across, then so be it, sir. Then so be it if that's what you felt like you had to do. I didn't like it. I felt some kind of way. I sat up there and watched it that morning. I called you, I ain't gonna say a few. I called you a lot of cuss words at that point in time, man. You didn't really have to do us like that, Quentin Torius. Come on now. But again, he did what he felt was necessary to get his point across, to get the clock moving forward a lot faster. And boy, did that get this fan base talking. And boy, did that get this fan base talking. Boy, we was talking. We was talking. But you know what? After I got out of my feelings, I got out of my emotions, I had to give him credit for one thing. He was man enough to tell us and stand on it. Yeah, this one I'm at. He was man enough to tell us himself and stand on it. You didn't hear it was not his agent coming out and saying it. It was not the homeboy coming out and said it. It was not, no, I heard this, I heard that. No. Julio, like, shoot, I'm man enough to come out and say it, and I'm going to stand on it. Yeah, it's done. The relationship is over. I'm only here now as a formality. I know it. The Falcons know it. I'm out of there. Y'all just don't know it yet. But I'm gonna create my own narrative. Y'all hearing it out the horse's mouth. I'm man enough to say it. I'm man enough to stand on it. I'm sorry, Falcons fans, but hey, this is where we at right now. I didn't like it. But you know what? I had to respect it, man. I had to respect it. I had to respect it. All the chitter chat and all that stuff, I had to respect it. I had to respect it. So he said what he said. He said what he said. He said what he said. Okay. So now at that point, the Atlanta Falcons fan base, oh, they fire high that Julio. F Julio, F Julio, F Julio. Oh, he always stayed hurt. He wasn't really all that good anyway. Matt Ryan made him. He couldn't score no touchdowns. He was just overrated. He was a diva. Oh man, he was such a big diva. He's always been a diva, always been a diva. I'm like, hold on, y'all. Chill out now. Yeah, we mad. We upset, but chill out. When has Julio ever been a diva to us? When? When? Has he ever? The man barely would talk. When was it? Did we ever see him talking junk to anybody? Did we ever see him carrying himself like he was just better than anybody else? Now, if you want to say, well, he was always asking for more money, okay. Like people tell me a lot, it's a business, and it is a business. Any NFL player, let's make this a real broad thing. Any NFL player has the right to go ask for a raise at any point in time. Just like I do, you do. We all have that free will. Even if you get paid by the hour, you can go ask your boss, hey, big dog, I feel like I'm worth more than this. I need about to get strong $3 more an hour, big dog. Shoot, I'm one of the best you ever had working at this company. Even if you're on a salary, you got the right to go knock on your boss front door. Hey, big dog, man, last 6 years I've been the best employee here. I've been the best employee, and I don't feel like my salary actually matches my value to this company. I think another company would find more value with me doing the same thing that I'm doing here, and they're willing to pay me $5,000 more. Now, based on my loyalty with you, instead of going making 5,000 there, I take 7,000 more with you, and we good, right? We all got that. I don't care where you work at. I don't care where you work at or what you do. We all got a right to ask for more money. This is a miracle. Capitalism rules. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. Wu-Tang did not tell no lies, dog. Wu-Tang told no lies. Cream. Cash rules. Now, with that said, everybody had an option. Just like Julio had an option to go ask for more money, the Falcons had an option too to say, hell no, Jack. You either play out this contract that you agreed to, or we'll exercise our options. Okay, you don't show up to training camp, we'll fine you. You want to act like an ass, we'll trade you. It ain't like he backed the Falcons get in a corner and made them give him more money. The Falcons did it because they wanted to do it. They obviously felt like that was his value. He didn't make Arthur Blank pay him no money. You want me to be real? You want me to keep it a whole break with you? This is how it went down. Before he got traded, Julio went to the front office years ago and originally asked for the trade. It never made it to the news. It stayed kept behind closed doors, but he went back a couple years ago and asked to be traded. Arthur Blank was like, no, I'm not about to trade you. You're the only true international superstar that I have on this team. You're the only person that's known by, you're the only household name that I have on this team. Your jersey sell the most. I can't trade you. Not right now, anyway. What can we do to come to some kind of resolution here? Hence, the $3 million roster bonus that was moved up. Hence, the very next year, brand new contract. Yeah, I don't take this the wrong way. I'm just gonna keep it real. That's all I know how to do. When he first asked to be traded, Arthur Blank bribed him to stay. Let me stop beating around the bush. Get mad at me if you want to. That's fine. But when he first asked to be traded, Arthur Blank bribed him to stay. That's business. That happens in corporate, and trust me when I say this, Atlanta Falcons are corporate America. They're very corporate America. That happens in corporate America every single day of the week. That situation happens in corporate America every single day of the week. Blank bribed him to stay. Julio like, shoot, bro, that's $3 million extra dollars. You already telling me what next year that I'm gonna have this much guaranteed. I'm okay. All right, cool. I'll be content. I'm cool right now. I'm cool. All right, I'm about to go hop back in my Lambo and head up P Street. I'll be at training camp. Don't worry, Mr. Blake. Thank you. That's how that happened. So the reason I say that, and I just want to let everybody know who always be talking about, well, he begged for so much money and so much. Bro, that's how the world works. That you mad at him for being a businessman? Well, he just asked for so much money. Man, Arthur Blank raised ticket prices every single year. It's the same principle. I'm not mad at Arthur Blank when he raised ticket prices. That's business. Everybody got options. All right, Blank, you raise ticket prices. I don't have to go. I got an option. I ain't got to go. So I ain't got to go. Yeah, shit. You want to increase price about 10%? I'm gonna stay my ass at the crib. How about that, Mr. Blank? You know, that's business. So no, I'm not mad at Julio for getting his perceived value. Not mad at all. The Falcons wanted to pay it, and they signed on it. Hey man, be mad at your front office. Julio tried to get traded when he was worth like 2 first-round picks before the injuries happened. When he was worth 2 first-round picks, he was trying to get traded. So be mad at your front office. You know, hey, just keeping it solid. I know some of y'all don't like this. Hey, barbershop talk. This is barbershop talk. But nonetheless, Julio going on national TV on Undisputed, man. You know, I did not like that. I still don't like it now, but like I say, I came to respect it because he was man enough to put it out there himself and create his own narrative. Now let's go to Calvin Ridley. Let's go to Calvin Ridley. Let's go to Ridley. After Julio gets traded. Bye, Julio. We'll holler, big dog. It's been real, but your replacement is here. And some of us will say, hey, man, he's going to be better than Julio. Okay, we shall see. So the first year after Julio is out the door, Calvin Ridley come out looking super average. He always, now, even when Julio was here, Calvin always had this thing where he catch the ball and start running backwards. I don't know where he got that from. I don't know where he got that from. But in what year was that? 2021. But at the beginning of 2021, it was just, it was more glaring. Man, catch the ball and he running backwards. Like, bro, where you going? You first down the other way. Turn, Calvin, turn around, cuz you're going the wrong way, bro. What you doing? And we just sitting there like, what is this boy doing? Why is he running backwards? All right, cool. Dropping passes. No longer getting the separation that he was getting when big homie Julio was there. He's no longer getting that same separation when big homie would take the corner and the safety. When I say big homie Julio, but now I see all the pressures on you now, Calvin. All the pressures on you. When you were just little homie and big homie was taking up, was handling all the weight, it was a lot easier. But now all the pressures on you. You are now the unanimous, undisputed number 1 wide receiver for the Falcons, dog. Julio ain't walking through that door no more. You don't have the privilege of going against the number 3 cornerback anymore. So all the pressure's on you, Calvin. And he looked average. Those first 5 games, he just looked average, man. He looked average. Sometimes it looked like he didn't even really care either. Sure, I don't care. I'm still getting my check. Care what y'all think. I done clocked out on y'all anyway. My big homie Julio gone. I don't want to be here no more anyway. So it is what it is. I think it was week 5. Rookie head coach Arthur Smith, who now we really all know, whether we like it or don't like it, he gonna kind of speak his mind. That's apparent in like 20 games. Like Arthur Smith gonna say what's on his mind. So he comes out. David Stark says, I just read that he looked average. He looked below average to me. David, I was trying to be nice. I didn't want this to seem like I'm coming from a place of hate. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be nice, brother. But hey, I can agree with you on that. But yeah, after game 5 or week 5, somewhere around there, could have been week 6. I think it was week 5 though. After Calvin really out there dropping important passes in important situations, he dropping easy passes and whatnot. The passes that he do catch, he turn around running backwards. Excuse me. He running backwards. Just out there looking like a little scared boy who don't want to play. Like he out there soaking and pouting. Coach Smith gave him a little jab in the post game press conference. Gave him a little jab. You know, he didn't really necessarily call him out, but he called him out. He didn't necessarily call him out, but he called him out. After that, news hits. Calvin Ridley will not be able to play playing. He won't be playing indefinitely because he's going through personal problems. And we like, what? Is he hurt? What's going on? You know, at that point, we checking in the group, we checking on Twitter. You know, we trying to hit up, sisters and cousins, and you know what I'm saying, and Barbara's like, boy, what's up with Calvin? Dog? What's going on? Hey, boy, you heard about Calvin? What's up with Calvin? What's wrong with him? We don't know what's up. It's a personal reason. What do we? Like, what? He's got a baby on the way, I can understand maybe missing the game to see the birth of a child, but you're gonna be right back next week, right? We didn't know what the deal was. So as the story continued to grow legs, it came out it was a mental health issue. Now, let's keep it 100. When that came out, immediately there was divide within the fan base. That's nothing new. But immediately there was a divide. There was some of us, like me originally, who was around for Calvin, like, man, bump that, bro. I'm saying mental health, man. Shoot, that man going through something. Y'all act like y'all perfect, like y'all don't go through nothing. Like sometimes life ain't dealt you a hand that you just not able to play at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like everything been all honky-dory with you 100% of the time. And you just sometimes have to take care of yourself. Who are y'all to judge? Who are you to judge? Like Tupac say, only God can judge Calvin. Y'all shut up. Shut the fuck up. That's how some of us, that's the angle that we took. Y'all know I ain't lying. Now the other side, man, ain't nothing wrong with Calvin. Man, Calvin a punk. Man, ain't nothing wrong with Calvin. There's nothing wrong with Calvin. I'm telling y'all, the story gonna eventually come out. There's nothing wrong with Calvin. Calvin faking. Calvin faking on us, y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with this dude. I'm telling y'all. So we going back and forth like we often do as a fan base. Blah, yeah, you right, you wrong, you wrong. Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, Calvin does come back. Another disappointing game. And we like, okay, it's cool, Calvin. We got your back, dog. You know what I'm saying? You're going through something. You ain't played in about 2 games. You'll get them next week. We got your back, big dog. So the following week, the Falcons are business as usual, practicing, game planning, practicing, game planning. Sunday hits, right? Like 2 hours before kickoff, Calvin Ridley informs the team that he can't play because he ain't mentally there. Now, he lost a lot. He lost a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot. He lost a great deal of people who were supporting him at that point. Because, like, bro, how you gonna wait the 2 hours? How you gonna wait the 2 hours before the game to tell us you can't play? Now we got to scrap the whole game plan. That's when the label he quit on the team started. That's when the label he quit on the team started. Like, you let a lot of people down, bro. You done let your teammates down. You done let the fans down. Like, let the organization down. Like, come on, Calvin. Like, what you think this is, bro? This the big boy level. We can't be playing these little boy games with you. Either you're in or you're out. What you doing? We keep playing these hopscotch rec center middle school games with you? Oh, I don't want to play today. Or either you in or you out. What's up? Like, 2 weeks before the 2 hours, excuse me, 2 hours before kickoff, you decide you're not gonna play. That's when people start saying he quit on the team. That's when that label really started. He quit on the team, and then even more, rumors started circulating. There was even kites flying around that this was just his way to get off the Falcons. A lot of people within the league was whispering. You might have had it been in certain circles to hear the whispers, but there were people within the league whispering that this is just his way to get off the Falcons. He don't want to play. He don't want to play for Atlanta anymore. And that's why I go back and I say I could at least respect Julio for being man enough to just say it with his own mind. But anyway, needless to say, Calvin really never returned to the Falcons last year. I think he played 5 or 6 games and he just took a mental health leave of absence. Never came back. Never returned. Now, here's the thing with the double standard. Because people were saying, how Julio disrespected us and he dissed us and he shitted on the Falcons about going on national TV saying all that stuff. Cool, I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. Hey, you ain't got no disagreement from me yet. But why his teammates was out there, Matt Ryan, Grady Jarrett, Jake Matthews, Patterson, Russell Gage. Why they out there going through it, trying to win games. He out there, living his life. But what really got me is he out there liking Twitter posts saying that he wants to play for the Eagles. Fans are tweeting, "Hey, Calvin," because by this time, it's really not a secret anymore that Calvin don't really want to play for the Falcons, right? It ain't no secret that by this point in time. It's like toward the end of the year, maybe during the playoff run. So you got fans out there tweeting, "Hey, Calvin, I'm an Eagles fan. It would be the best shit in the world if you came, you played on the Eagles, and we won another Super Bowl and beat the Atlanta Falcons." I add a little sauce, but you get the point. Calvin Ridley liking the tweet. You got other people, "Hey, Calvin, I've been a Dolphins fan all my life. Boy, you know how we do it in Dade County. Boy, you come down here and you play with Tua. You already from Florida. Come on back home, man. Bump the Falcons, bro. Come play for the Dolphins." Calvin likes the tweet. Calvin's still in his 20s. He from this modern technology era is his era. So it ain't like some 55-year-old or 60-year-old liking tweets and not knowing that everybody can know that he liked the tweet. If this was a 60-year-old, okay, I can understand. You didn't know everybody knew you liked the tweet. Calvin knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He knew about liking those tweets that was going to get out. That was his way of doing what Julio did when he went on Undisputed. Calvin went about it in a more of a sneak way. Julio was up front with his dissing, but Calvin sneak distance. That's how I'm gonna call it. Julio gave us a straight blatant diss. I want to leave. You heard it from my mouth. Peace. Calvin was sneak dissing. But they both said the same thing. We don't want to be there anymore. So I know I went around the park there to get to that one point, but how is what Julio did any worse than what Calvin did? So when everybody be talking all this shit on Julio, you know, who gave us the best 10 years we ever had as a franchise, may I add. We never seen Calvin Ridley play a playoff game. Also, let me add. So why is it that we shit on Julio way more than we shit on Calvin? If Julio's a piece of shit for what he did, why ain't Calvin? They both did the same thing. Gave Atlanta the finger. Bump y'all. We out. But people, oh man, I want Calvin Ridley back. Let's get bump Ridley. He didn't want to be here. Bye. Bump Julio. Julio, you don't want to be here. Bye. So why is the same energy not there for Ridley? And I ain't got to the whole gambling stuff yet. Ain't got to the whole gambling stuff yet. I mean, not only did you not finish an NFL season on us, Calvin, but Fontenot, Arthur Blank, Rich McKay, Arthur Smith, they knew you weren't happy here. They knew you didn't no longer want to be on this team. And they were actually going to be nice enough to facilitate a trade to one of the teams that you was on Twitter saying you want to play for, the Eagles. Everybody send you to Philly. They pretty much had a verbal agreement with the Philadelphia Eagles that they would trade you, bro. You don't want to be here, cool. Bye. We just traded Julio. We'll trade you too. This new administration, we're not Dimitrov. We're not Dan Quinn. We're not finna kiss y'all ass. Y'all don't want to be here. We'll holler. We'll replace you. We'll get somebody in here who do want to play and who we can rely on. So they were going to trade him. And this idiot is out here gambling. So not only do you quit on us, now we can't even trade you now. Not only did you quit on us, now we can't even trade you. So really, you shitted on us 2 times in 1 year. We can't even trade you now. Now you gotta sit here dormant, and we gotta sit here dormant. We both don't like each other, but now we stuck with each other for this facetious year because you suspended, idiot. Again, at least Julio was man enough to just tell you, I'm out of there. Calvin doing all this little sneak stuff he's doing. So I don't understand, like, if we on one accord, if we on some, fuck Julio because how he handled us, bump Julio, fuck Julio. Why it ain't the same for Calvin? to me, Calvin did way worse than Julio did. I don't understand why Calvin get the love. And what else Calvin did for the franchise? I mean, granted, nobody has won us a Super Bowl, but damn it, number 11 came awfully goddamn close. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree that he came awfully close? I remember watching Julio against San Fran in the 2013 NFC Championship game. I remember saying to myself, Julio Jones is the best player on the field, bar none, easily. I remember being at my seat in the Georgia Dome. The very last game that was held at the Georgia Dome, watching Julio just school them cats on that field. And saying to myself, once again, but Julio the best player on the field, dog. I remember just, God damn, Julio the best player on they can't stop him. At least I do have those memories with Julio. Yeah, you didn't have to go on TV and diss us like that, bro. But at least I got that with Julio. I ain't gotten that with Calvin. I remember Calvin Ridley ran it backwards. That's what I remember from. I remember him running it backwards. So I just don't understand it, bro. Like, what y'all want Calvin back for? What? How many times does Calvin Ridley have to slap us in the mouth before we learn who he really is? He done slapped us twice in 1 year already. You want to give Calvin a third time to slap you in your mouth before you believe, that fire is hot, that water is wet, that grass is green, that Georgia actually really does have red clay? How many times does he have to hit you in your mouth for you to understand he ain't reliable? He don't want to be here. He ain't going to act right. But y'all still want him back for what? Calvin, now that Julio gone, now that Matt is gone, now that we got this new coaching staff, this new administration, new general manager, new players, the offense looks like it done found itself. It looks hot. Now people want to talk about, well, man, what did we bring Calvin back? No, Calvin he was not in the gym shooting with us. He went in the gym with us. He went in the gym shooting with us. Let Drake London get his stuff out. Let Kyle Pitts get his stuff out. Let Zacchaeus, let him blossom and be the third guy. We don't need Calvin back. Calvin didn't want to be here when it was tough. When the shit got tough, Calvin tucked his tail and he ducked on us. He left. What you want a guy like that back for? Why would you want a guy like that back in your locker room? This ain't tennis. This ain't golf. Hey, bro, if you ain't willing to go to war with us, we don't want you back when things look like they could be getting better. You quit on us, homeboy. Why would we want to welcome him back for so he can find another way to shit on us when he feel like it? Man, what you doing with Calvin Ridley come off suspension, you trade him for the best offer you get. Whether that's a second round or a fifth round. Whoever got the best offer, buy Calvin. We will holler at you. I don't get it, man. How many times do y'all want really to shit on us? And like I say, like if we on some fuck Julio because of what he did, all right, cool. I'm with y'all on that. Falcon for life. But you gotta have the same energy with Ridley. I don't care about, do you know what this offense would do with Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley had the chance to show us what the offense would be, would it revolve around him. And he shrunk. He couldn't handle it. So now you go draft some stallions. Y'all think about this now. But now you go draft some stallions, Pitts, London. Oh, I ain't got all this pressure on me no more. So yeah, my little weak-minded ass can come back and just blend in. Cause when I was balling at first, my big homie Julio took all the pressure off me. So it was easy for me. I ain't have to do a lot. But when it was me, when time for me to be the man, I couldn't handle the pressure, bro. But now since y'all got Kyle Pitts, I see you got Drake London, who really replaced me. That's my replacement. Well, bring me back into the fold. No, there's not a lot of pressure on me. Hell no, bro. You trade that man soon as he come off suspension. What do we want him back in Flower Branch for? To do what? What? So I don't get people, who want Calvin back. Bump Calvin. Calvin went stand us when he was sitting there campaigning to play for the Eagles. When he was campaigning to play for the Dolphins, he wasn't standing the Falcons. He was telling the Falcons to kiss his ass. When he was sitting there liking on tweets, he was just telling Atlanta and Atlanta fans, kiss my ass. I don't give a damn about y'all. Not only am I not at work where I'm supposed to be, I'm on here liking tweets, want to play for another team. And then he just recently took all his Falcons pics off his Instagram. How many different ways does Calvin Ridley need to show y'all he don't want to play for Atlanta, y'all? He watched all his Falcon stuff off his Instagram. Go to Calvin's Instagram. You won't see not one piece of Falcons merchandise, pictures. He don't even got Atlanta Falcons wide receiver on his Instagram. How many different ways does this man need to tell you or show you he don't want to be here? And for my guys who play football, is be honest. If you were still playing, just go back. Go back 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. Whenever you play football, is Calvin really the type of guy you want in your locker room? Be honest. Because I ain't going to lie, man. If I was still playing back in the day, I'm like, hell no, bro. Calvin, he can't come back to this team, dog. It's too much shady shit going on with you, bro. Nah, we good. We good. Whatever we can get for him, let's get it. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. T-Mac Thomas says, hell no. See, T-Mac won't want to play with no guy like that. T-Mac won't. Facebook, you say, yeah, I'll take really any day of the week. You probably let your wife cheat on you 4 or 5 times too before you say enough is enough. Yeah, man, bump Calvin. Calvin don't want to be here. No, we doing good without him, and I know he's sick right now. That's what I'm saying, bro. He went shooting with us in the gym. So what you want to come back now for? What you want to come back now for? You done showed us all different kind of ways that you don't want to be a Falcon. Fine. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Well, sit here and cry and baby you and got to deal with your, the stuff you going through and whether you going to play this week or whether you going to be gambling or something else the next week. Man, gone. We ain't got time for that, bro. This is a new team, new administration. We ain't got time for these wishy-washy ass players. I just don't get these pro Calvin Ridley people, man. I don't get them. But you shit on Julio. You take away that whole Shannon Sharp episode, Julio was a model citizen in Atlanta. He ain't never quit on us. He ain't never get in no trouble. He ain't never say the wrong things. Model citizen, bro. Perfect. I remember, I forgot, hold on. I remember when Julio was making a top 100 list, and they'll show the top 100 list, and then you'd have the other players talk about the player. They started talking about Julio when he made the list one year, and I remember I forgot who it was, but it was one of them DBs. You say you're like it's odd because he don't talk any trash. He don't never say that in the game. He just goes out there and just dominates you. That's how he was, but people now label him a diva. Now they put a diva tag on him. Now they call him a diva. But if we gonna shit on Julio, you got to shit on Calvin the same way. Like I say, if If that's the attitude we're gonna take, hey, I'm cool with saying, man, bump Julio till he retire. You don't get your love back from this fan base until you retire. I'm cool with that. But you got to keep the same energy for number 18, Calvin Ridley, too. Because he did the same thing. T Mac Thomas says hearing Julio actually say it is probably the difference between him and Ridley. I can definitely see that, and I can understand that. I can see that. Because when you heard his voice, you heard him say it. I say it definitely made me feel some kind of way when I first seen it, bro. It made me feel some kind of way. So you make a good point. Facebook user tidy and turned this into a hate Ridley live. That's crazy. He's still a part of the team to otherwise. Man, bump Calvin, bro. Bump Calvin. Hey, man. To me, he a part of the team as a formality, bro. That man ain't been a flower branch down to 2 years, dog. And that's no exaggeration, dog. That man ain't been a flower branch in like 2 years. When he went out on mental health, he wouldn't go into practice. He ain't been to practice all this year. Man, bump that. David starts at the Malcolm Jenkins who said that. You remember that, David? Malcolm Jenkins like, this man don't talk no trash. He don't say nothing. He just go out there and he just dominate. But, we turned him into a diva after he said what he said. Oh, he's a diva. He always wanted more money. Like, yeah, bump that. Facebook was a free Ridley. I know that got to be Kyrie. I know Ridley, your boy, but bump Ridley, bro. Calvin, when it was time to shoot in the gym with us, Calvin didn't want to shoot in the gym, so we don't need him back. We don't want him back, bro. And I don't take what I'm saying the wrong way, because I do want to see Calvin come back and continue his career and do great things as a NFL player. But I just think the bridge is burned in Atlanta. I think the bridge is burned, man. Like if you're the Falcons right now, man, you can't trust Calvin. He's untrustworthy. He's unreliable, man. That's almost like knowingly, giving somebody your car keys who got a suspended license and telling them to drive 16 hours. Like, you're unreliable, big dog. I can't really trust you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no way. I don't see no way, y'all, the Atlanta Falcons would bring Calvin Ridley back into the fold. I really think I'm gonna tell it to you like this, right? We kind of experienced a little bit, sort of, kind of, a little bit similar, kind of, sort of, kind of things during the Michael Vick stuff. When Vick was still up in the air, because y'all remember, just go back to the mid 2000s, right? When we weren't really sure whether, because some people was like, hey man, we ain't gonna draft the quarterback, we're gonna wait for Vick to get out and he gonna come back and get his team back and we're gonna start, like it never happened. But the moment they drafted Matt Ryan, the writing was on the wall. The Falcons have moved on. And to me, the moment they drafted Kyle Pitts, the writing was on the wall. The Falcons have moved on. So I just don't understand it. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. Let me read some comments, man. Cole said what's up, Coach? What's going on with you, bro? Jerry McCall said, amen. The more I think about Calvin, the more mad I get. He threw it all away. Threw it all away, man. He turned his back on us, Jeremy. Like, I don't understand why people want him back. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting like there wasn't a point in time where, hey man, this is a great receiver, y'all. Y'all see how crisp his routes is? You see how he can find a way to get open in the red zone. I'm not sitting here trying to play like he wasn't talented. Like, he at one point did not look like he could be an all-time great Falcons receiver. Maybe, maybe even challenge Julio for the greatest Falcon receiver ever. But when it was time for him to do it alone, he shrunk. He shrunk. And then he. T-Max says, personally, to hold out on us, having 2 years left and then go to Tennessee, restructure your deal was the last straw for me. I assume you are speaking about Julio. Look at it this way, bro. That was a blessing in disguise. We sold Tennessee a lemon, and they overpaid with 2 draft picks, and they picked up some salary. Good for us. And he lasted in Tennessee about 5 or 6 games, and now he down in Florida playing for Tampa. Good for us. That was great for us. That was a blessing for us. Jeremy said, I feel the most sorry for the people who bought his jersey before the last season started. Let's see. Marquise, what's up, bro? Says, Ty, do you see my comments? Yeah, I see him. Well, I'm just saying this. I was ranting before Marquise, so I was just zoning out, man. I didn't look at the comment section. You can't have a guy like that in your locker room. And this is coming from a coach, y'all. It's coming from an offensive coordinator. You can't have a guy like that in your locker room. This is coming from a coach, y'all. And that's how I'm feeling. As somebody who plays some football, bro, it's like when certain stuff happen, man, and somebody become untrustworthy, unreliable, you just got to go your own separate ways. You just got to wish Calvin well with his next team. Somebody offer a 2nd round pick, you take it. Somebody offer a 3rd round pick, you take it. The best offer on the table is who he go with. We ain't gonna do none of that Matt Ryan stuff, or we try to send you to wherever you want to go and you have your best chance at success. No, whoever offer the best deal, whether that be the Cardinals, even damn Patriots. If you want to go play with Matt Ryan and play with the Colts, whoever offer the best deal, anybody but New Orleans, we ain't gonna do no business with them. We ain't doing no. If they offer 3rd and somebody else offer 4th, we got to go with the 4th round pick. So the Chicago Bears, hey, Justin Fields need a receiver. Actually, that'll be perfect. We need when he come off suspension, we probably need to call the Bears first. Hey, boy, y'all know y'all need a wide receiver. Give us a 2nd round pick. Anthony, what's up, bro? Says, being honest, even if we did bring Ridley back, I don't think he would fit in the Smith system. You got to be physically be able to block. I haven't seen much of that from Ridley. He's more finesse. Thank you, dog. Oh boy, you just said him off full then. Because he's definitely not physical. He don't like no contact. He start get that ball and running backwards, and he ain't gonna block. He ain't gonna block. I agree. Get what you can. Yeah, Marquise. Hey man, best offer wins, dog. Whether that's the 2nd round or 5th round, the best offer wins. And then you got $11 million of free cap space for it. Or yeah, $11 million, because he's gonna be doing $11 million when he comes back. Office is closed. There's no barter system with the Aints. No, dog. No, Mika Loomis, don't call us. You already know the rules. We don't call y'all. Y'all don't call us. We'll see you on the field. We ain't doing no kind of business with y'all. No sirree. Nothing. Nada. Steve Johnson. What's up, Steve? Was late to the stream, but Calvin checked out the moment. Coach Art Smith called him out for those drops against Washington. Thank you, Steve. That's what I was saying earlier. I said that same thing earlier, Steve. Why in the world would we want to bring him back with our new guys? Calvin Love is gone. Long live Champagne Poppin'. Hotline Bling. Exactly. But when we drafted Drake, like I say, when we drafted Drake, Steve, I just knew, okay, that door is closed. That door is closed. You got Kyle Pitts, who's really a receiver too. He's really a receiver. But you drafted Drake London to be the number 1 wide receiver. Like, they've replaced him. It's just a formality at this point. Like, why would you want to even? I keep asking that, and it's getting rhetorical after so long. But why would you even want him back? How many times does a guy have to slap you in the face before you realize he don't like you? You know, somebody slap you in the face one time, you be like, okay, bro, stay. Are you tripping? But they slap you twice, they don't like you. So we're gonna give Calvin a third opportunity to do it before we realize he don't want to be here. You know, he done gave us every indication in the world he don't want to be here. You had a trade with the Eagles in place before the gambling stuff broke. The Falcons had to call the Eagles front office and tell them, we're sorry, we cannot go through with this trade. At this time, we can't say why, but you're going to find out very soon. You know, please accept our apologies, but in 48 hours, you're going to understand. You're going to understand. So, Calvin didn't want to be here. And I honestly don't think Arthur Smith wanted to deal with him. I remember last year when they was asking about Calvin Ridley in the press conference, Arthur Smith would just say with that blank face he have, I haven't heard anything about Calvin or anything from his people. Next question. I'm not dealing with him. Not dealing with that diva. Not dealing with that diva. Best offer we can get. It worked out perfect for the Eagles, though. Brown better than Ridley. We don't know how Calvin gonna be whenever he comes back to the league. But hey, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. That was my perspective on that. You know, I just don't understand how we can be so down on Julio and so forgiving of Calvin. I don't understand it. Probably never gonna understand it. Because to me, Calvin and Julio pretty much did the same exact thing, but they just went about it differently. Calvin publicly let you know he did not want to be here. And it was almost like he went back a few weeks ago and like, you know, Falcons, if y'all forgot, let me remind you, let me take all this Falcon stuff off my Instagram. Go to Calvin's Ridley Instagram and let me know if you see anything Atlanta Falcons related. Read his bio. Does it say one wide receiver for the Falcons? No. He scrubbed everything. So he's reiterating, I don't want to be here. And let me ask y'all this before I go, right? Let me ask you this before I go. Have you heard anything about the mental health lately? What happened to the mental health? Have we heard anything about the mental health? That just seemed like it disappeared, right? Has anybody heard anything about the mental health? How is he doing? How is he progressing? How's life now? Have you heard anything about mental health? Have you heard anything about the mental health issue? It just seemed to vanish in the wind. But this is the guy some of y'all want to bring back into the fold. Man. Hey, it's been good, y'all. Game here in just a few more days. We're hosting the Cleveland Browns in Atlanta, the stadium that really deserted. But now I'm out of here, man. I appreciate y'all time. Peace out.